So we're off on an adventure again. The weather's not too bad. It's a bit like it was the last time. Showery, kinda showers for a while and then it stops again. It's quite warm, but it's about 19 degrees. So I brought this bike with me this time. I want to try it out as a wee tourer. So they've got a different setup really for the other bike. I've got the two front pannier bags on the back on this one, and I made this sort of a top bag that opens at both ends. And inside this bag I've got a sleeping bag, my tent, a jacket, a high vis and a midge net. But I'm going out to Edinburgh way, so I don't need the midge net. There's no midges out there. So in these bags is just cooking gear, electrical gear. In that bag there is clothes, and what else is in there? Can't remember, but there's something else in there. That's an inflatable mat, tent poles, and that's it. Travelling kinda lightish. But this bike seems to be handling the job very well. I'm liking it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably put a set of trekking handlebars on it, and I'll maybe put my Brooks saddle on it, because that saddle that's on it is pretty rubbish. I put one of these padded things on it. Seems to be okay so far. So that's the bike, that's the setup, and let the adventure begin. So still in the canal. I didn't leave till about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and we're stopping for showers. I've not made a lot of progress really, but I'm going to stop here for a wee rest. I need to think what I'm going to do next. Am I going to head into Edinburgh, try and get through Edinburgh before it gets dark? I'd like to find a campsite before it gets dark, because I've not got a torch with me. I forgot to bring my head torch, so I've not got a bike light apart from that red bike light I've got in the back of the bike. So I need to make a decision. Do I stop just beyond Edinburgh, try and find a nice place to camp, or do I try to plod on through Edinburgh? I think it's going to be before Edinburgh. Life on the river. Okay, it'll be getting dark soon. It must be nearly 9 o'clock. It's dark around about 10 these days. So the bike's here. What I'm planning to do is in there, right in there, there's a good wee flat bit there. Well, as flat as you can get. I put the tent in there, and I'm going to do a bit of fishing here. So if I put the tent out in there, I can just fish here till it's dark, and then get in the tent, and then we'll head off. There's a farmhouse over there, but looks pretty quiet. There's a village, but a mile down the road There seems to be a lot of paths about here. I don't know why there's a lot of paths. Maybe it's just dog walkers, but they seem to be heavily pathed, as if they're well used. Not to matter. Once I'm up there, the tent is stealthy, and when it's dark you never see it. And I don't think anybody will be walking about here too late at night. You do get youngins coming back for parties coming along the canal, but I should be fine up there. So that's the plan. See you all soon. Okay, I've got the tent set up. I shall see it. Set up here. It's getting dark now. There's a lot of paths about here and a lot of motorbikes and things flying around. But I think it should be okay. Once it's dark, I don't think anybody will be coming up this way. Canal there, path there, tent in here. Just want to see if I can see the tent fit in here. Oh. Walking by, you can see it from here, but it's still light. Once it's dark you'll see it. A lassie passing a bike, she never even looked up when I was putting it up, so once it's dark, see once that sky up there is dark, there'll be no reflection of the tent. Well, that was a real wet night last night. It was battered down. Look, there's even a puddle on the tent. Aye, it was battering it down. But tent held up fine. Everything's bone dry. So, what kind of morning is it? It's damp. There's no rain on it at the moment, just the stuff dripping off the trees. Somebody passed with their dogs just as I was getting out the tent. I knew that would be a dog walker's place. So, I want to get some coffee on, and I'll need to go and find some breakfast somewhere. Bikes took a good soaking as well. I'm going to get coffee on and we'll see what happens after that. So, we're on the move. Came a few miles along the canal and I've had my breakfast. I got a hot steak bake out of Scotland. So we're heading towards Edinburgh. Just stopping for a cup of coffee because I bought some milk. A wee cuppa. And then we'll move on. The Edinburgh Festival's on, so we might get some action there, see some things, and spend a wee bit of time in Edinburgh, and then we'll head to the coast. Just sheltering under a tree again. The rain's just about gone off now. It's a wee bit heavy for a wee while, but I'm ready to move, I think. We'll compare the video with the last video. The river's very high. I say last night there was some amount of rain. Looking a wee bit cloudy. However, hope the rain stays off for a wee while. Hello. Out. Fire brigade. Out to a fire. Okay, we're in Edinburgh now. This is Fountain Bridge Green. Wonder if that's Fountain Bridge than there. A lovely city, Edinburgh. Beautiful city, Edinburgh. I like Edinburgh. They've even got a better class of drunk in Edinburgh. The drunks out here, they drink Tennant Super Lager and Carlsberg Special Brews. £2.50 a tin. In Glasgow they drink cheap stuff. As cheap as you can get it. So I'm glad to see the sun's come out and get dried off a bit. So, gonna go and find a supermarket, I think, or maybe not. I'll maybe just head on towards the coast. Don't know even what time it is, but it's still early, I think. So I'm taking the opportunity to get my gear dried out while the sun's out. I'm in the meadows in Edinburgh, and I'll get my tent dried out for tonight. Nothing worse than putting up a soggy tent. So it should be dry. It's probably drier now, so I'll need to pack up and go now. So I'm at the seaside again. Weather looks decidedly chaotic over there, and it looks a lot better over that way. That's the way I'm heading. So I've just stopped here, had lunch, and just relaxing for a wee while. The weather's not too bad actually. It's dry, put it that way. It's warm enough. So I'm just thinking about what way to go next. Probably towards North Berwick, I would imagine. So this was last night's camp. It was another wet one. I get soaked putting the tent up. It was raining quite heavy when I was trying to get the tent up. I'm in a wee field. There's usually cows in here, but they're not here now. So tent did well again. I'm amazed how good that tent is for being a homemade tent, for being any tent actually. I mean, I've bought tents in the past. Pools of water in it. You can just see all the wee track marks where all the rain's been running down. Yeah, I've bought tents in the past. I think the last one I bought was 300 quid. And I'd used it about 6 times and the tape came off all the seams. Don't need to worry about tape coming off the seams with this, because this is just sil nylon. Yeah. A great wee tent, actually. Quite pleased with that wee tent. I hadn't really tried it in the wet, but it's had a good test so far in the wet. Last year I tried it, it was like really warm. It worked well on that. not got any problems with condensation. Everything stays dry in the tent. It's good, I'm enjoying it. So, it's quite early I think. Don't know what time it is. I'll need to get my radio on, see if I can get the time on it. Just going to head. Pack up and head. That stuff, what is that? These wee flowers. I don't know what it is. Don't know what they are. Anyway, let's start packing up and get going. Swans don't care about the rain, do they? Oh, I got a breakfast this morning out of Scotland. It was the worst breakfast I've ever had in my life. The eggs that was in one of the trays, it didn't have any whites left on it because they were totally dried up and frazzled. And I said to her, I don't want one of the eggs, can you make another one? Oh no, whoever makes them goes in there. I reckon they were just reheats for the day before. Or tell a lie, could have been reheats for Saturday. And this is Monday. So, going to have a breakfast in the morning. Don't go to Scotland. Don't go to Scotland. That's another great wee underpass with fantastic graffiti on it. Just give you a wee look somewhere. Some of it's really good. I like good graffiti if it's done well. It is modern art at its finest when it's done properly. So there you go, graffiti. Two things I'm really impressed with this weekend is how the tent performed in the wet weather. It performed excellent, as good as any tent I've ever seen. And for a homemade tent, it gets 10 out of 10. Another thing is, the £30 bike, that makes an excellent touring bike. A couple of things I'll change on it. I'll put my Brooks saddle on it, and I'll put a set of trekking handlebars on it, and change the tyres to 195s, put some mudguards on it, and that'll be the perfect touring bike. So that's my weekend. It's came to an end. Have to go back, work duties, and hopefully we'll get away again before the winter comes. So that's it. Bye.